So a bit of an impromptu video here because I've just downloaded the new operating system for the Cortex 1.3.0, CorOS 1.3.0, with the much awaited looper and the freeze function. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos where I've set up scenes where I use a looper on acoustic guitar, so I'm demoing it on acoustic, I normally have a loop pedal on an effects loop. So I'll link to the video here where I set up the acoustic scenes up here. Yes. I've gone through that usual thing when you get a new setting or a new bit of gear. You go, oh, this is fantastic. Oh, it doesn't do that. Oh, it doesn't do that either. But not to be phased, I've worked out a way I can make it work. So the first thing I did, I took my normal scenes preset, which contains an IR and stuff to give it to warm up the acoustic sound. So this is it straight into the computer. Show you the stomp mode. So if I take out the delay, this is my kind of default sound. This would be on my default scene. And then I'd kick in that for a solo. And that maybe. And then if I want to do a bass line, and I'd probably take the reverb out while I was doing that. And I had this all set up on scenes. Now, of course, what I discovered is, although the looper works in scene mode, you can't access the loop screen in scene mode. I'm pretty sure that's right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, leave me a comment, but I've had a look on the Discord, the Neuro DSP Discord, and people were suggesting that. So what I've done, I've abandoned the scene mode for now. So I think this will work anyway. And I've added a loop where I used to have, right at the end of here, where I used to have my effects loop block going out into my physical loop pedal. I've also added the freeze block, and I put that right at the end because I thought I didn't want the freeze going into the loop. I thought I'd probably want to freeze independent of the loop. So anyway, let's go over the loop first. So if you add it, there's two different modes you can use for where you add it. You can go into the parameters here. On the second page, you can put, there's different routing modes. So if you've got it in grid mode, that basically makes it act as if you've got it on a pedal board on the grid, exactly where you got it. So you can route it how you want it. But there's also other options how you can make it sit with certain inputs, certain outputs. Now I've just got it in the grid mode because I'm trying to copy roughly what I was doing before. Although, as I say, that's not going to be necessarily possible. So I've got it right at the end here. Now what you have to do when you've got it in preset in stomp mode, it comes up with a nice bright red button so you can see which one it is. You hit it and it gives you the this sort of control panel. This is good. The other thing that it doesn't do, which I took a little while to get my head around, is on my loop pedal, if you hold down a button you clear it. Because there's no way of clearing the loop that you've created, but I don't think you need to. This is, with a bit of fiddling around, I think this is how it works. So if I want to record, so I'm going to just doing it with my hand. So then if you just want it to play, I've got the bass on there. So if you want to come out of that mode, you press that one. Let me find a pick. This is the kind of thing I do, you know, while you're looping live. Look for things, never drink. A million picks, can't find one. Okay, so I didn't want that on, but it was there. So if I go back into this, I want to add that over the top. So I hit the overdub. Add some drums. What's quite nice as well, which I don't get on a normal loop pedal, is you can see whereabouts you are in the loop. So if you didn't start it right in the middle, you can kind of make it work. But so then I can click on here take me back to that mode. So if I'm then going to solo, you can quantize it to that. I haven't got to that yet, but here we go. Then if you want to clear it, so it's showing you how much you've used. I think if you can just re-record over the top of it. If you stop in the middle of the song and say I want to do a middle 8 section, then go back into the verse, I can just go back in by pressing play. So if I stop and then I want to do a new song, this undo will take out the last thing, but it doesn't clear it. So I think then if I then want to record a new song, right, let me put it back into this mode. I want to get rid of my delay. It works pretty well. You have to keep switching between these two modes. Now I think probably the way around this ultimately is to get an external MIDI controller. Then you can probably control the looper completely independently and have it in scene mode, etc. But I think this is going to work. And I've got a gig on Friday, but I'm going to be using this and I'm going to try it then. So the other new thing is the freeze control. This is going to be slightly trickier to demonstrate, but so you can set it to the release. I'm wondering whether to set this on my expression pedal, but at the moment on this preset my expression pedal does that shimmer thing. I'm not sure if there's any advantage to having that do both, but let's go back into, so if I've got a there we are. Just a little bit of fun on those. First try on it. Seems to work well. I like it. And I can do it all in one unit here without having the external effects loop. So I shall explore more. I'll make this preset available, but it's early days. I've only made a couple of changes from the defaults. But anyway, hope that's useful. See you on the next video.